You say a prayer.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Father Almighty, we want to thank you for today. One, thank you who has enabled us to be here. One, thank you for you with us, Almighty. Father, we are going to tell us, Father, we all ask you to come and give us the spirit of understanding, knowledge, and wisdom, so that we understand and take in what they are going to tell us, Father. Even those who have not yet come, Father, may you bring them so that we gain more. Pray this, believing and trusting in your holy name, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you so much for the word of prayer. Allow me to mute everyone. And then in case there is anything you want to share, you will be in position. We shall give you the opportunity to share, but also we have left the chat. The chat is open. In case there is anything you want to share, then kindly we shall use the chat. At the end, we are going to have the presentation, and at the end of the session, feel free to ask any question you want to know concerning the subject combination, combination, the subject selection process, and the courses that your combination will lead you to. This is an important session because it is through here that you are going to be able to determine the career that you will take on in the future when you join the university. And the choices you make now, they are going to determine where you are heading when it comes to senior 5. Making a wise decision now determines a lot to what you'll be in the future. And therefore, please listen in case you have any questions, keep them at the end of the day, and then you'll be able to be worked on. I want to welcome all the teachers that are joining in from the different schools. Thank you so much for joining. I want to welcome the parents who have also joined in to listen in and also to learn something. You're also most welcome, but also to welcome the students that have spared their time, sacrificed their time to be here. Please, you are most welcome. But in a special way, allow me to welcome our facilitator, Teacher Agnes. Thank you so much for everything, and thank you so much for allowing to take on. And also allow me to welcome Mr. Elisa Masava for this session. Mr. Elisa, you're most welcome, and I kindly request you to unmute and say something, and then after you invite for us Teacher Agnes to start off the session.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kaziva. My name is Masava Elisa, and I'm very happy to be here with this big team. And I pray that we have maximum cooperation because this you're going to take, especially to the senior 5 students, anything that you're going to take up here in senior 5 determines your future. It's a course for 2 years, but it really shapes who you're going to be so many years to come. So I want to thank everyone who has joined on this call, and I want to encourage them to ask as many questions as possible, such that you choose the right combination thereafter. Thank you so much, Mr. Kaziva, for this, and back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Teacher Elisa, for those remarks. Allow me now to welcome, we are supposed to have someone from the Ministry of Education, but he will be joining in later on. Allow me now to welcome Teacher Agnes to take us through the presentation. Teacher Agnes, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaziva. It's a good afternoon to everybody who has joining. I want to thank you for coming and for always trusting that you can get something good from the Hope School. I'm Teacher Agnes Nabigi, and I'm going to talk about subject combinations, how to choose the right subject combination. That is our major topic today, how to choose a subject combination. And I'll be giving you guidelines on some of the things that we need to think about before we make a decision on what combination to take. I've seen many students fail because they made the wrong choice when it came to choosing subject combinations. So we want to look at some of the things that normally derail us, and then maybe look at what we need to consider in order to get there and not regret. And I started by saying that selecting the right combination is key to ensuring a productive learning experience, but also for successful career preparation. Mr. Kaziva, I don't know whether you're helping me to display the slides.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So selecting the right combination is key to ensuring a productive learning experience, but also for successful
let me
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kaziva. Now, selecting the right combination is key to ensuring a productive learning experience, but also for successful career preparation. If you choose the wrong combination, it means there'll also be a problem with the kind of career that you can take. So to prepare for it right, you need to choose your subjects right. Today, we are specifically explaining some of the basic considerations that you need to take into account when choosing your subject combination, such that you don't end up in the wrong career or you don't regret for having taken a certain career path. But before we can delve into some of the things that we need to consider before getting the right career, or getting the right combination, I want us to look at some of the wrong choices that we make and the reasons why we make those wrong choices. So let's look at the second slide. Okay, the first thing that normally derails us is the bandwagon influence or peer pressure. You reach school, you find that everybody's doing a certain combination. Like in the school where I teach, everybody wants to do BCM, BCM, BCM. Even somebody that has gotten maybe 5, 5, 5 in BCM wants to do that one because it's the in thing. You know, we are known to be a school of sciences, and if you're not doing BCM, then you're not a scientist. You know, to know you as a scientist, you have to do BCM. And, you know, people disorganize each other, and you want to look like the others and to behave like the others. So you just join the bandwagon. And in the end, you fail alone, you end up wasting 2 years, and then you come back to repeat. And even after repeating again, maybe you're disappointed. And some even have to change the combination after wasting like 4 years. You know, you repeat twice and you fail to get there. And you're like, I think I'm not meant for this. When the world has shaped you, that's when now you realize that let me go and do what I really can do. The other thing that derails us is prestige. You know, it's stylish to do this course. It's good to be a lawyer. It's good to be this kind of thing. And to get there, I think I should do this kind of combination. So you choose a combination just because in school they know you, that is what, you know, that is what trends in that particular school. I was in a school that is very good in humanities. And everybody would talk about being a lawyer. People would call themselves counsel. People would do whatever they wanted, even before considering whether they can really get there or not. So let's not be taken up by maybe prestigious thinkings before we choose the combination that we're going to do. Then the other thing is, Mr. Kazi, I wish you could remain on the second slide. Slide 2. Yes, the third is parental influence. At times, the parents are left to take over and force you to choose the combination that you want. You could say that maybe in our family, everybody is a doctor, so my child is also supposed to be a doctor. And because of that, you also go. Or you're like, everybody's doing this in the family, and if I don't do this, I will not fit in. Ours is a family of such a group of professionals. And if I don't do that, then it will be trouble. Or the parent is like, we want this person in the family, and it's you to represent that. I wish we could sit with our parents and explain that you're telling me to do this, but I think I cannot do it. Maybe after looking at the results that you're going to we are sorry about what happened. I don't know, but many of us went off. As we wait for Mr. Kaziba, who is the host, to come back, maybe we could be thinking of what are some of the things that make you choose combinations? What are some of the things that would guide you to choose the combination that you would want to choose? We could be exploring ideas as we wait for Mr. Kaziba to come back. If you have an idea or if you want to share something, you could put up your hand. What are some of the things that prompt us to choose the combinations that we choose? Yes, Mohindo. Unmute and talk to us. There is somebody who said it's your future career, correct? When you think about yeah. Mohindo, your hand was up.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Yes, we are listening, Mohindo.
Good afternoon, madam. To me, the reason to why, the idea that I can give is that maybe someone you choose a combination according to the capability of the subjects you can offer.
Okay, capability.
I cannot go and do biology. In my O level, I was struggling with biology. So meaning with A level, I have to concentrate on those subjects that I've been performing at least well in O level, at least so that I can specialize in those ones, because A level is a level of specialization. Thank you. That is my
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mohindo. I think Mr. Kaziva is back. We can continue with what we were doing. We were looking at some of the wrong things that guide us to choose combinations that later become problematic. And I was on the issue of exam results. I was saying most of us teachers, if not all of us teachers, use the exam results in order to give out or to guide students on what combinations to take. But it's common knowledge that there is exam malpractice in certain institutions. Somebody may get very good results, but when actually it was through malpractice or it was through coaching. When we have candidates, we coach them such that they pass and then we retain our name up there as a school. But you can coach somebody to do an exam and pass it very well, then they pass a subject that they've not been passing. Maybe for all the 4 years you've been in school, the highest mark you would get in biology is a 30. Then they coach you for exams and you end up with maybe a 40, which gives you maybe you get a credit 5, and then you're like, I have to do biology and some other subject and so on. So if you know yourself and you've been following the way you've been progressing in a certain subject, you can easily tell that even if in the exam I've gotten this, I think I cannot do it in HSC. So let's look at our records and see how we've been performing for the last 4 years before we can look at the exam result. If you just consider the exam result that you got, it may kind of derail you from the right thing. Well, you get excited, but you realize that it is a lot heavy when you are doing the subject itself. Then there's the school environment or the culture and the academic programs or the curriculum offered by the school. I bundled them all together. We have this, that maybe our school is a science-based school. Our school is a humanities. Our school is in maybe entrepreneurial things. That's where we excel and so on. So it's those departments that will be catered for very well. And for you who is not so good in the subjects that are offered in those departments, will be taken, we will be forced to choose from what is within the school because you don't have anything else to offer. So mine is a science-based school, but I'm not good at sciences. Maybe I'm just good at humanities. But since the labs are well equipped and so on, then when it comes, okay, let me say I'm taking literature. And literature is not performed well in this school. Maybe even the textbooks are there, the novels are not there, the teachers are not there, and nobody's bothered about that department. The only one that is catered for and is vibrant is the other one. I tend to fail or to fall out. I'll be like, people of humanities here don't perform well. So I'll be forced to also try the sciences because that is what is well catered for in a school. If that is what is guiding you on choice of the subject you're going to do, then you may also end up into trouble. We also, at times, are influenced by the resources and facilities at the school. You know, that one is almost similar to what I've been saying. How are we regarding the resources that will facilitate me to get the best out of the combination that I'm going to choose. Do we have the teachers? Are they well facilitated? Will they think about us and maybe bring in facilitators from out? Will they give us enough practice? Will they help us do what we need? If it's doing practicals, will we be helped? Or the resources are not there, or the facilities are not there. There is no money to buy books. You know, literature is expensive. You need this and this and this. Or if those things are not there, and then you want to choose a certain combination, you may fail. So you are like, let me go with the group that has the resources or that is well facilitated. And many times as an individual, you may fail because you've followed something which is not what you're supposed to follow when you're choosing the right combination. Then also, if you're uncertain of your future career, then you'll be derailed. Because they say, if you ask for direction, when you don't even know where you want to go, then any direction can be good direction for you. If you ask me, I want you to direct me to where I want to go, and I ask you, where do you want to go? And then you say, I don't know where I'm going. Then I'll tell you, just take any route because you'll end up somewhere. So you need to know what you want to do in future. Subject combination is directly connected to the career path that you want to take. If you don't know where you want to go, if you have no career in mind of where you want to go, then you'll end up choosing the wrong career. Okay, now let's go into what you need to consider when you're choosing the right combination. And I'm saying choosing the right subject combination should be a conscious effort. Think about it first. Don't just choose out of the blue, or don't just take what somebody has given you. Think about it consciously because it's going to affect you and your future. It's a decision you're making that is part of what is supposed to happen to you in future. So it should be well thought out and done after weighing several options like we want to see. First, think about the competence. What are you competent at? What is that you can do efficiently, that you can do successfully, that you can do easily, and you turn out to be really good? For me, I know that if you give me a book to read, I'll read it. Even if you've given me only 2 hours, however big, I'll have something to say about that book. I'll have comprehended something and I'll be able to split and tell you that this and this and this is what I got out of this book because I love reading. I'm competent at that. I can do it efficiently, successfully, and I do it easily. But there are some people, even when you bring 2 pages, they're like, this is too huge a passage, I can't read it. So are you competent at the subject that you're going to choose? Can you understand it easily and be efficient at, getting what is in there? Can you comprehend what is in there successfully and easily without wasting a lot of time or without feeling that you've really tortured your brain? So look for that subject that you're competent at. Then secondly, is the interest. Are you interested in what you're going to do? Maybe you're competent at it, but the interest is not there. If I'm forced to do biology, I can understand it and I think I can do it, but I'm not interested in it as a subject. My interest lies elsewhere. So even if you do it well, but you're not interested in it, at the end of the day, when you get your career that has been, manned out because of the subject combination that you have, you will not be able to do that career well. It will not be exciting. You will not be passionate about it. Those are the people that we find living courts in their offices and then going away to do other things because the interest is not there. Those are the people that we will find doing things in a way that hurts others. You are maybe an administrator, but you don't like people. And every person that comes, you get irritated, you shout at them, you back at them, you get, I don't know, because the interest is not there. Well, you can do the job, you can be competent at it, but the interest is not there. So as you're choosing the subject combination, know that this will determine the kind of career path that you're going to take. It will determine the kind of job that you're going to do. So you should like it. You should be passionate about it. I've seen that very many people excel at jobs that people think are demeaning just because of the passion they put into that kind of job. If you're passionate about what you do, you will put in your all, you'll attract so many people to yourself, and the world will not you. You will excel beyond the world. Let me say that. I know of some reverend, just a reverend. These people are paid, very little. I'm talking from what I know, Church of Uganda. They're paid very little. I think what they're paid is dependent on how much people bring in as offertory or something like that. They get off a certain percentage, and that's what they give the people. But this person is passionate about what he does. He will work, people love him, people bring him things, people, wherever he goes, everybody follows him up. They were transferring him recently, and people cried in church. People are like, if you take away this person, then we'll not come back to church. It's because he does what he wants. However menial it seemingly is, he does it with a passion and does it very well, that the money comes. For him, he didn't think about money because in that kind of career, the money is not there. But it comes automatically out of how he does his job, the passion that he has for it. It's exciting to him, and he does it. He looks for ways of making it better and better every other time. So as you're choosing your subject combination, know that this marks what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, maybe. So it should be something that I enjoy doing. Then when you're choosing subject combination, look at your career goals. Are the subjects you're choosing aligned to what the university will require for your dream career? It'll be like, if you want to do, maybe you want to do a certain subject, I'll be displaying some of the subjects you can do and the kind of values that you should have, and the kind of jobs you can do vis-a-vis the subject combinations. Soon I'll be doing it. But I want to say, you should know your career goal. What do you want to become? Are the subjects that I'm doing the ones that the university wants for me to get to that career that I want? Or are these subjects the ones that the particular university that you're going to will want you to have or to have done in order for you to get the course that you want? Then also, we can look at how open your future study and career choices are. We shouldn't think about just one job, that after school, I want to get this job. I want to become maybe a social worker, let me say. You could look for that combination of subjects that will give you several choices out there, that in case I fail in this, I can easily jump into this, or I can do this, that kind of thing. Maybe I want to be a social worker, but if I can't be a social worker, maybe I can do something to do with people, something to do with people, but which is not social work. I can be maybe a teacher. If I fail to be a teacher, I can be a social worker. If I fail to be a social worker, I can be a counselor. If, do subjects that can give you a chance to look at or to fit in several careers when need comes. Then I want us to also think about the type of learning you enjoy. What type of learning do you enjoy? Because you're going to school. So there are majorly three types of learning. There is one that is to do with coursework, like those who do literature. It's a type of learning that entails coursework. You read, you discuss, you analyze. You know, do you enjoy that? After talking, you look at other people's opinions, you discuss, then you research, then, you know, that is coursework kind of learning. Is that the kind of thing that works for you and makes you understand easily? Or are you this person who enjoys practical things? Practical thing. Most science subjects are practical in nature. If you learn more by practicing something, then you go for the subjects that entail practical work, because there you'll understand easily and you will enjoy what you're doing better. People like those that are going to do maths, you have to practice all the time. Technical drawing, fine art, you know, those are practical subjects. And if you learn better, or you enjoy learning through doing practicals, then it's good to choose such practical subjects. Then there are those who enjoy theory. Somebody can read a book from beginning to end without getting tired. Somebody will hide for hours and hours benching and reading it, and they will understand. Then those are the theory people. You go in for subjects that need you to see it and read and read. For example, people that are doing CRE, people that are doing history, those theoretical papers, kind of. So you need to read most of the time. Know the type of learning that you enjoy before you get a combination, or before you choose the subjects that you're going to do. Because if you enjoy the way the subject is, you know, railed out to you, then you will understand it better. Then the other thing is look for facilitating subjects, or subjects that are complementary. For example, if you're going to do biology and you need a combination, another subject to go with it. Okay, this could be maybe a combination of biology and PE. PE is to do with the anatomy of the person and how the body does certain things and so on. So if you can tailor it to biology, I think it will be easy for you, because some of the concepts you'll find in biology, you'll definitely find in PE, and yeah, life will be easy because you are just transferring certain skills and certain knowledge from one subject to another. But I've seen people doing funny combinations. You have maybe sciences and arts all mixed up. Somebody is doing maybe math, is doing math, entrepreneurship, and agriculture. You know, it doesn't make sense. Everything is totally different from the other. Look for something that blends in with the other subjects, such that you can transfer some skills or some knowledge from one to another. Somebody who's doing math, physics, and TD, I think you are spot on, because you can get ideas from maths and use them in physics. You can also get ideas from TD and then utilize them when you're during a physics lesson, and it will be good. So do subjects that facilitate each other, that complement each other, such that you can be able to transfer skills, one skill from one, and take it to another, or use it in another subject. Then the other thing is look out for the university entry requirements. If this is my career dream, what does the university require me to have before I can be allowed to do that particular course? When you get an idea, then it will guide you on what subjects to do. Also look at the job market. vis-a-vis government policies. There are certain government policies that come up, but then they don't tally with the job market. Of late, we've had this science craze. The government is encouraging everybody to do sciences. But as we are looking for this, we will see the people we see the doctors on the streets rioting because the jobs are not there. Others are rioting because they don't have enough equipment to help them do what they're supposed to do and do it well. Okay? So on the job market, the jobs are not there for these people, but they've now acquired they've acquired the knowledge that they need to be scientists. So you waste your 5 years studying, and then you end up with no job. You start looking for ways of going to other countries in order to look for greener pastures, or you are pushed to a village hospital where there are no facilities. Even the knowledge you've learned, you can't utilize it there because the equipment is not there. You're supposed to be maybe an atheist, but then what you need to do that is not there in the village where they've sent you in that small hospital that side. So you end up being wasted. Look at the job market. What is there for me? When I finish school, will I be able to get a job for what I've done? And that one can also guide you. Let's not all just jump onto the bandwagon and say, because the policy says this and this, then everybody should be this. Because we can't all be the same. We have to spread out. And these jobs are complementary. The knowledge we get from school is not really for getting a job, but manipulate it or use it to manipulate the world around you and be able to survive. Then I also want us to look at, if possible, this may not be possible for every other subject, but if possible, balance the sciences and the humanities to keep your options open, in case I get something that is science-based, I can fit in. In case there is something to do with humanities, I can also fit in. I'm looking at the subjects that we do, maybe like for law. If you want to do law, you can do any subject combination. And that knowledge can be used to do law, but when you're concentrating on a certain, okay, you can be doing law in a science-based department. I think even the doctors, the pharmacists, the engineers have lawyers. So you'll get to work with those people, and your knowledge about that subject that they're doing or specializing in will come in handy. So if you can get a combination that makes you get an idea of this and then an idea of the other, you'll be somebody that fits in the world very well and easily. Then the other thing maybe that we need to know or to do before we can choose the right subject combination is to get advice from our teachers. The teachers that have been with you from maybe S1 up to S4 know a lot about you. They know what you can do best. They know where you fit. So they could give you advice that I think if you did this, it would help you better. Because when we look at the kind of person you are, your personality, when we look at your competencies, when you look at your interests, I think you would fit in best with such a combination other than the other. So career counselors in schools can also help because they know a lot about your competencies. Utilize them and you'll be guided on the right combination that you need to do. Next slide, please. Okay, I have sample combinations and courses at university. If you're looking at the combination, you can also be able to foretell the kind of course you can do at the university and then see whether you really have interest there or it matches with your career path. Like I said, choosing your subjects should be in line with the career that you want to be. So for people that are going to do PCB, BCM, MCFN, BCA, BCF, you have such combinations. Some of the subjects that you can do are those ones. You could do surgery, you could do beekeeping, you could do food processing, you could do medicine, you could do clinical and community nursing, anesthesia, agribusiness, biotechnology. Next slide, please. Health sciences or public health. You could do palliative care, orthopedic medicine, veterinary medicine, optometry, cytotechnology, dental technology, and so on and so forth. Then people that are doing PCM, PEM, MEG, and MER, you also have engineering courses at your disposal, very many to choose from. Engineering has several courses. There is electrical engineering, ceramics, civil and building engineering, biomass and energy technology, automotive engineering, architecture, agriculture engineering, basic commerce, cooperatives, land economics and land surgery, software engineering, telecom engineering, textile engineering. You could do management science, you could do commerce, and you could do statistics. So all those are for those people that are doing PEM and all those others. If you're doing, or to choose a combination like HEG, HEL, DEG, HLG, and most of those other combinations in humanities, you also have several career things that you can do. For example, wildlife and tourism management, management science, development economics, development studies, drama and film, city-based rehabilitation, administration and secretarial sciences, business admin, psychology, community psychology, not city psychology. There is a mistake there. It's community psychology. You could do things to do with entrepreneurship and small business management. You could do ethics and human rights. You could do guidance and counseling, hotel institutional catering, human resource management, or industrial and organizational psychology. You know, some people are like, we can't do humanities because there are no jobs for us at the end of the day. So those are some of the courses you could do at university. They are there, only that you don't look for them. We only jump in for the traditional ones that everybody knows. Now, if you ask your mother who was in school, I don't know how many years ago, if I wasn't a teacher, I would also tell you, go for medicine, go for surgery if you're a scientist. If you're arts, I'll tell you it's either accounting or law, because those are the traditional things that we are normally used to. Yes, Mr. Kaziva? Okay. These ones that are here, I'm giving you a few. There are so many. We will get to know them with time or just before we do exams. But there are certain courses at university that we can do with any combination that you're going to do. That's why I was saying you do something that interests you, do something that you're competent at. You know, you can understand it easily and you will enjoy doing it. You can get information technology with any subject combination. You can do international business with any subject combination. You can do law with any subject combination. Others are leisure and hospitality. There's library and information sciences. There is marketing. There is music. There is public administration. There is records and archives management. There is social works and social, what is it, development? Then there is sports science. There is urban and regional planning and many others. I just mentioned a few to show you that with any combination, subject combination, you can always get a course at university. And if you're doing something that interests you, you're doing something that you're good at and you're passionate at, then you'll be able to do something with yourself in future. Mr. Kazira, next slide. Okay. Then those that are doing combinations like BCF, BCG, you could do something in pastry and bakery. Those who are doing fine art, any combination with fine art, you can do art and industrial design. Then education, as long as you're doing a subject that you're competent at, you can do education. And there are several. You can do Bachelor of Arts in Arts. You can do Bachelor of Sciences if with education. And under Bachelor of Sciences with education, we have the physicals, then we also have the physicals, then we have the okay. Mr. Kaziba, you've taken us. I don't know. We're still on the other slide. Okay. Courses and compatible subject combinations. Okay, we could go to that. I want us to look at certain courses that we can do, the courses that are available at university, and the subject combinations that we can do in order to get to them. You can do, if you want to do a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, it's 4 years, a 4 years course. If you want to do Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Technology, it's also 4 years. If you want to do Bachelor of Science, okay, the AGR, FST, these are codes that we use when you are filling in PUJAB forms. I'm sorry they're there, but you could look at them such that by the time they come, they're not really new. So those courses that are mentioned on that slide, you can do any of them if your combination has a Greek, it has chemistry, it has mathematics in it, it has biology, geography, foods and nutrition, or economics. So those with subjects like BAG, BCG, MEG, you are good to go. You can't fail to get a course from those that have been given. There are really many. So look at them and look at some of the subjects that you'll have on the other side. And yeah, forge a combination from a point of knowledge. The course units to do at university are there. So get to the 11 points that we looked at, what you're supposed to look at. Okay? Topmost is competence and then interest. Yeah, and then availability of other things and so on. And choose from there. Let's go to the next slide, Mr. Kaziba. Okay, there are those courses now. They're to do with engineering, art, design, and technology. If you have physics as a subject you're doing, you have technical drawing, a Greek, chemistry, mathematics, biology, geography, or econ. If those subjects are good for you, you're competent at them, they interest you, there are courses that you can do. You could do a Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering. You could do a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, and so on and so forth. Like you've seen, maybe you could be taking screenshots of some of those subjects, rather some of those courses, and then you compare them with the subjects that are available for you and see what you can do. But I know Mr. Kaziba is going to put this on your platform, so you can go back and look at them properly and choose. Yes. Let's continue, Mr. Kaziba. Okay. Courses to do with education. Courses to do with education. Here, any subject combination. You can get a course in education. There is Bachelor of Arts with education, a Bachelor of Science with education. Like I say, there are three types of, these are divided into three types. Bachelor of Science is physicals, Bachelor of Science, biologicals, and then the other one is to do with the entrepreneurship or something like that, where we have the economics. Okay, so you can choose, you have something to choose from. These are in humanities and social sciences as they've been displayed. If you do any subject combination, you still have something to do at university. And if you start playing around with the knowledge you've gotten, you can get a very good job, or you can be able to survive in this world. So you can do any subject combination and become a journalist, or do development studies, or do music, or drama and film, or do community psychology, or organizational psychology. Okay. Yes, let's continue. Then under health sciences, if you doing subjects like biology, chemistry, physics, maths, FN and econ, these are courses that you could do at university. These are courses that you can do at university. You can do pharmacy, you can do medicine, you can do dental surgery, you can do nursing, and so many others like you've seen. So don't get limited because others are doing certain things and just join the bandwagon. Choose something that you're passionate at, something that you understand, something that will really interest you, such that you do it with all your heart, and whatever comes out is the best that there could be, and everything will be okay. It will be okay. Yes, Mr. Kaziba, let's continue. Under natural sciences, we have those subjects. Hope you're noting them. Biology, chemistry, physics, econ, math, FN, and econ. Still, we still have courses for you people. Bachelor of Science, Industrial Chemistry, Fisheries and Aquaculture. At times we are at a loss of what choices to make when we are choosing courses for university, because we don't know them. Now we are doing it early, such that as you choose your subjects, you know that there are certain courses that I can do. They may not be the traditional ones that you used to, but the courses are there. Get to know some of them, such that when you get to that time of choosing or filling in job forms for courses at university, you know where to go. You have a reason why you chose a certain subject, and yeah, choosing will be a lot easy. Mr. Kazo, next slide. You're still continuing with humanities and social sciences. Here, you can do any combination and you get those ones. Hope you're able to take a screenshot of them. All subject combinations. We have things that you can do. Social work and social admin. Bachelor of Arts, journalism and communication. Organizational psychology, and so on. That's a continuation. Any subject combination. You can do a course in computing and information sciences, and we have several of them there. You could choose science in software engineering. After doing any subject combination, you could do library and information science, records and archives management, information systems and technology. After doing any subject combination, even computer science. And we've seen people thriving. Okay. Business and management sciences. Here, the essential subjects are math, econ, geography. So those that are doing med, you have a variety to choose from. You can choose from any of those that we can see. You know, those that are going to do accounting, finance and banking. By the way, even literature here can go, even history here can go. You can do all these combinations. If you're doing math, econ, geography, literature, history, and so on. Hell, Heg, Leg, Deg, you know, this is your place. You can choose from this. You have somewhere to choose from. Bachelor of Science in Quantitative Econ, Population Studies, Business Statistics, Actuarial Sciences. You can do them. You can do them. So after this, get back to these slides and see what is available for you, such that you're not deterred from choosing a subject just because you think it's not marketable. You know, lack of information can deter you. But now that we are giving you the information, yeah, look through and see. Every subject that you do matters, and there is something you can do with the subject that you're going to choose. So follow the 11 core points that I've given you to be able to choose the best fit subject combination for yourself. Veterinary medicine and animal resources and biosecurity. If you have those subjects, Agric, biology, chemistry, physics, econ, math, FN and econ, you can get there. You can do the veterinary medicine and not jump at human medicine only. The other things that you can do. Follow any subject that you do. Even if you are doing BCM or PCP, you can still do law. You can still do law. Yes. Now, selected career opportunities and their requirements. You know, you need to look at yourself, your personality, before you choose a combination to take. If your field is agriculture, the essential subjects that you need to have in your chosen subject combination is Agric, chemistry, math, geography, biology. I repeated that. Geography. Okay, those are the core subjects that you need if you have to do something to do with Agric and environment. But as a person, there are certain values that you need to have embedded within you. You should have the love for nature. You should be able to stand physical challenges. You shouldn't be a weakling. You should have a value for protecting and making others secure wherever they are, and then you need to be creative. The jobs that come with agriculture-related subjects is you could do food science and technology, you could do agriculture, you could do land use, you could do land use and management, you could do human nutrition, you could do forestry or meteorology. Then humanities and social sciences, you can do any subject as long as your work values can be met. As a person, can you express yourself well? Can you be creative? Then we look at your humanity. Do you feel for others? Then we look at also the physical challenges that come with that, because you're going to do things like, you do a lot of moving, you do a lot of, you know, looking out for things. Like, for example, if you're doing a geology, you'll go to those places that are not inhabited, that so many people are scary and so on. Journalism. So you need to think of those values because they are key when you're doing the job that you intend to do. Then education, Then education. You have to have those values, humanity, love for humanity. There is that moral fulfillment, because you're going to care for other people that may not be so good, but you don't have to change. You have to remain, you have to remain the person that is, caring and so on. You have to be very patient with people. You don't have to, your emotions have to be controlled and that kind of stuff. So if you to do education, then think about that also. Mr. Kaziba? Okay, health and natural sciences. Those are the subjects that you need to do, but the values, service, decision-making, altruism, interpersonal relationship. And the courses that you can do are to do dentistry, pharmacy, nursing, sports science, fisheries. Then business, finance and management, engineering. I think just look at what we have on the screen and know, can I keep these values? If you can't keep them, then that is a no-go area. And as you're choosing your subjects, then know what to choose and what not to choose. Mr. Kaziba, we can continue. Let's continue looking. Let's continue looking at what is on the screen and see, are those values things that you can really do? Do you think you can do them? If you can't, then choose your subjects wisely, because yeah, you may find trouble. You may find trouble later. But like I said, this is going to be put on your platforms, and you can always look at it, refer to it again before you think of the combination that you're going to take. Okay, that's about it. Thank you very much for listening. If there are any questions, maybe we could look at them and answer them very fast before I jump off. Mr. Kaziba, over to you once again.
Thank you so much, Teacher Agnes, for the insights, and thank you so much for taking us through that session. Dear students, in case you have a question, this is the time that I want you to raise up your hand and then you ask any question concerning the combination. We are going to look through the chat, but we want to first pick your questions. In case there's anything you feel you want to ask, such that you get more advice, kindly, this is the time you can ask. Raise up your hand or raise the hand. Those who are using a laptop, go to where you have more and then click on that. There is something that can prompt you to raise up the hand. Then those who are using a phone, I think you can be able. But as we start, I can be starting with a chat. Okay. As Teacher Agnes, someone was asking, what is the easiest subject amongst chemistry, economics, and entrepreneurship?
Thank you very much. That is a good question, but I want to say that there is no easy subject. It depends on, we are all endowed differently. You'll find that somebody finds literature very easy. You can read 3 novels a day, and then there is somebody who cannot even read 2 pages. So that one will not tell you that literature is easy. And then there is this one who will calculate and do what? you'll find Mr. Masaba calculating and, you know, you're like, how did he do it? For me, I don't follow, I can't follow. So you can't say that this is hard or this is easy. It is about your natural abilities, what you are competent at. If you're passionate about something, you'll be able to understand it and do it very easily. But if you don't like it, you will, you know, freak out, and yeah, it will be that. So nothing is easy and nothing is hard. Nothing is easy and nothing is hard. It depends on you. You know, sciences, okay, sciences mainly, most people think they're hard, but they involve creation and exploration of ideas. And if you can't do it, if it's not part of what you can do, then it will be a little hard. Whereas those that are doing humanities, they intend to communicate, they want to persuade, they want to decorate whatever they're talking about, they want to create something that has not been there. So if it comes easy for you, then you'll find it easy. But if you're this person who is interested in, you know, I want to comprehend only, I want something practical and so on, then for you, what you'll find easy will be the science side. So I think nothing is easy, nothing is hard. It just depends on your competence and your interest, you know? And maybe that one takes us back to the kind of learning that I talked about. What kind of learner are you? Do you enjoy coursework? Do you enjoy practicals, or do you enjoy theories? So what you are good at is what will help make a subject easy for you or hard for you. I don't know whether I've answered.
Thank you, Teacher Agnes. You have really answered. Cliff, unmute. Oh. Cliff, you are not clear. Okay, I think I'm failing to get Cliff. Another one is asking. So Daphne is asking, if one wants to do education, let me say teaching in an international school, what do they do at university?
I think international schools, what did I say? They are skills based. They do, students are supposed to do what they like. So at university, if you also do what you like, and then in the other university, they want your competence, they're interested in what you can do well, then they'll take you and you'll be able to teach the students that love what you can do well. So there are no specific subjects that these are for international students, or these are for the other students. Do what you can do best, you know, learn it very well, be passionate about it, and then the international schools will get you to go and impart that which you know to their students. But Mr. Kaziva, you can help me. You've been in international schools.
Okay.
Is there a criteria?
No, actually what you have said is right. Any combination, any subject combination you do, you fit into the system. Because when you enter into the international schools, they will train you, because many of the international schools are doing the Cambridge curriculum, of which is more related to our UNEB curriculum. So once you come into the system, the content is the same. What changes more is the mode of delivering of the lessons, that they are more of the learner-centered approach, and probably their assessments are a bit different from what we do at UNEB. But for whatever combination you do, just be assured you'll be able to enter, because at international level, at international school, we have history, we have the geography, physics, math, biology, chemistry, we have all those subjects. So for any course that you do, you'll come and be able to join the system, because we have people who have come from Makerere, people who have come from Jamba and other universities. So it doesn't matter. So whether you have done but the combination that will not work is when you are doing the local languages. More so, let me say Luganda, Kiswahili, but French works, literature works, because it is part of their culture. But those local languages, they will not work. But art will work, French will work, literature, biology, chemistry, we have all those subjects. Geography will work, but except the languages like Luganda, Kiswahili, those local languages, it may not be possible for you to enter into their system. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kaziba.
Another one is asking, what if, okay, God forbid, what if I did not do well in sciences, but I still have the love for them? But when the teachers are advising me to do arts, but when I believe I can do sciences, can I still continue to do them?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Like I said at the beginning, the most important considerations when you're choosing a subject combination is, first of all, competence, then interest. So you're talking of being interested in something, but when you're competent at it, it may be a little hard because you'll get frustrated in the end. I know everybody would love now to do sciences, maybe, because that's what the government is saying. And the interest will automatically come because, you know, that is what the government wants. It is stylish to be this, to do sciences. In fact, in one school where I work, they put on those lab coats and so on, and they look really smart. So everybody will like, I think I also want to do that and so on. The interest is there, fine. But if you're not competent at it, then you will not get there. You will end up being frustrated because you will try and try and try, and you always fail. And, you know, it will trouble at the end. You will be psychologically tortured and you may become a misfit. So interest alone should not be what you base on to choose the kind of subject that you want to do. Let the interest be backed up by the competence. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Cliff, you had a question. Cliff, if you can try to ask now and listen. Okay. Okay. Then, Teacher Agnes, I think someone was asking, can someone of PEM do pharmacy at university?
PEM, physics, econ, and what? Math. I think you can. You can, depending on how you performed. I think the most essential subject there for pharmacy is physics. But like I said, transferable skills, if you can team it up with, math is there. You say PEM?
Chemistry.
Physics, chemistry, yeah, you can. You
if you can team it well with chemistry.
Yeah, it will be fine.
Fine. Then, which combinations do pilots need?
Mathematics is key, then geography. I think those are the key subjects.
Okay. Then, according to the current situation, which university is the best and can enable me to get a job after school? Because most employers consider the schools you went to.
Yes, I won't say that this university is better than the other university, but maybe what I can say is that public universities, most public universities are well equipped and people trust the lecturers there. But there are some private universities that are really very good, but many of them again are not good. I don't want to mention names to be quoted, but you can do your homework. I would advise if you can get a public university, well and good, because there are now many. I think there are 11. You stand a chance. They're the same kind of lecturers, and I think what the criterion they use to assess you and so on is the same, and the quality of paper that you come out with is the same, so everybody will trust it. But of late, there are so many universities that have come up, and many of them don't meet with what is needed in a university. So they bring out people that are not really well carved out to do certain things. But I know some few private ones. I'm sure of some few of them. Do your homework. I don't want to say which one. Do your homework. But there's so many mushrooming ones that are not good.
Okay. Then someone was asking if someone is interested in you doing business, can math, geography, and the technical drawing suit him or her, or Meg will do it better?
Math, econ, geography. Yeah, the econ there or entrepreneurship is very good for business. Math is also very good for business. If you have math and econ, it's okay. TD is also very fine because there is a lot you can do. It's connected to entrepreneurship and so on. It's a practical subject. In fact, you can easily create your own job when you're doing it. So math, TD is a very good one. Math, econ, entrepreneurship is very good also for business. As long as there is that economics, yeah, you're good to go. But math, you can transfer skills. I was talking of transferable skills or complementary subjects. Teaming math with economics or entrepreneurship is the plus. You will not go wrong when it comes to business. And TD is also, yeah, skills-based thing, and you can do a lot of business when you're doing it. It's marketable. So I don't know. Let your competence now determine the kind of subject combination you're going to choose.
Okay. Are there universities in Uganda that offer aviation course, for example, air traffic control and so on?
They may not be universities, but we have institutions that do it. I think we have about 2. There is Sorority, is it?
There is Sorority. There is
and
one
there is another one that offers aviation in Kampala there.
Yes, because in fact, I think we have about now 11. We have what we call DAS Aviation School, it is in Entebbe. Then we have Ocean Height Aviation Training Center, Katabi. Then there is Bar Aviation, Kajansi, Kubis Aviation Center in Kampala, Vine Air Flight in Jinja. We have about 11 now, but many of them are along Entebbe Road, around the Entebbe, Kampala, Kajansi, around there, and then there is one in Jinja, and then one in Sorority. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kaziva.
Okay, then another one is saying that students that have been in high school before, many highly discourage one from doing physics, math, and German. And they also say that it is not considered for government scholarships. Advice.
Physics, math, and German. Maybe they may not be complementary, but they shouldn't discourage you. Physics complements with math very well. There is a lot that you can do. You can get a course because of the physics and the math. Germany is a language. Maybe it doesn't complement, but if you're going to an international school, you know Germany, and then you can do physics and math very well, you'll fit in still. You'll fit in. So you can go for languages, linguistics at university. I think they can give you with your Germany, but you may not get the points because it will be Germany alone, and getting the required points for linguistics with only one subject may be a little hard. That's why I said you need to look for complementary subjects. But with your physics and math, you can get something in engineering.
Yes. Then looking at the government scholarship from that direction.
Government scholarship you can get physics, math.
Physics, math, then the other third one.
But you have to, if you have performed really very well, you can get, but you'll not compete favorably because there are people that have 3. But I know you can get a course with the physics as an essential and math as an essential, which is multiplied by 2, rather by what? By 3. So you can really outcompete somebody that is not so okay. But you would be better placed if all the 3 were compatible.
Sure.
If you're very good at it, you can compete.
I think Teacher Agnes, that is the best. If all the 3 are compatible, it can really help him to compete well.
But if it's only 2 and the other one is off, like German is off, it's a language, it would have gone with things like, again, maybe literature and I don't know what, something like that.
Okay. And then for oil and gas, what subjects do I need for doing oil and gas?
Oil and gas, I think the most essential subject is chemistry and maybe physics. Chemistry, physics.
That is very true, Teacher Agnes. Chemistry is very essential. Then the rest can come in. Yes. Okay. Okay. When you look at some of the universities, they consider that people who are doing PCM, yes, people who are doing PCM are the ones who usually grab that oil and gas, and some even going to do the petroleum engineering. Yes, even at times, even those people are going into geologists. Yes, that is the one, that is the field. Even chemical engineers, PCM can work well. If I study university from abroad and I come back to Uganda for a job, can I easily get employed?
It depends. It depends. You can get a job if you have the qualifications. Yes, I've seen people coming back and getting those jobs, but looks like when you're out there, the environment, the study environment is really okay, and things are made a lot easier. When it comes to the Ugandan chapter, things are a little hard. You'll want to work, but you don't have the equipment. You need something and you can't have it. And you have to use to be a little more creative to get things done, which is not the case the other side because everything is almost available. But the jobs can be there and the jobs are there. The jobs are there. You can easily get them. But it might be a little hard for you to work because the environment you're working in, you're learning, you used to learn is quite different from the environment that you're going to use to work. But the jobs are there and you can get them.
Okay, thank you. Maybe also I would add on that if it is better, if you can, or I've seen people who have been very successful within that field, people who did their first degree from Uganda and then went outside to add on another degree. Those people have really been successful because they have been able to Africanize the situation they see in Uganda with what they have outside. So if I told you can first do your first from here, and then you go out and you get more exposed and maybe you do your master's and PhD, it can as well help a lot. Then another one is asking if I do, okay, Arthur first coming. Arthur, you can unmute.
I was just also going to ask a question, just like I was asking, but I was going to ask about switching the curriculum. For example, if for example someone gets a scholarship and goes to maybe a university after finishing S6, will they be taken backwards to like 2 classes back because UNEB is not internationally recognized? Or I have to switch to Cambridge at this stage so that when I continue to university and I study from out of the country, Cambridge, which is internationally recognized, they will let me continue forward without going backwards a class or 2.
Okay, maybe let me help on that. Now, Arthur, what we do for students who have finished senior 6 and they have got opportunities outside, our qualifications here, UNEB, they are considered by other universities outside. What they do, they make, they equate our results with what they have. So they send some things to National Council, they make those equating things, and then they can then send back. So you can as well be considered. I have friends who finished senior 6, and then like, you know, the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Education, they always have scholarships for people who have finished senior 6. So those students went through that scheme and they used their senior 6 results and they were able to get opportunities to study from outside. And even we have people who have gone and studied from outside. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have the Cambridge thing for you to qualify. No, it doesn't need that. Then when you go to the other side, you will not be made to repeat. But what they do when you go there, they can give you 1 year such that you first fit into their system, because some of those countries, they teach in their local languages. Take an example, when you go to Germany, you'll find that 90% of the schools or universities are teaching in German. So meaning that you need to first learn the language and then you proceed with the course. So you find that many of the times they first teach you the language of that particular country, be it Netherlands, be it in Spain, and then after they can allow you to proceed to do the course. But it is when you fail that 1 year of training into a language that they can now deny you the opportunity to do the scholarship, to take on the scholarship. But what matters a lot, once you finish here and you have an opportunity outside, you can get. I think another example I can give you, I think you know teacher Arthur, who was teaching at Help. Yes, that one, at the moment, he also went abroad and is proceeding and is doing well his master's. So they cannot take you back. You can still proceed in the same direction, as long as you master their language, because most of those universities teach in their local languages. Teacher Agnes, another question. If I do math, econ, and French, which courses can I do?
Maybe business related courses. And we showed you many of them. Or maybe education also.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
Then someone is asking, what is GP all about? Is it mainly English or?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
What is GP all about? Someone wants to know what's general paper.
Like the word says, general. It's a paper that asks questions from all spheres of life. There will be current affairs, there will be politics, there will be sports, there will be health, there will be anything can be asked. Even the English will be there, comprehension and so on.
Okay.
So
I
they'll
think-
teach you so many things.
Okay, I think someone was Motes, please, GP is compulsory and there's no way you avoid it. Then Daphne is asking how many papers are done for specific subjects. I think that one.
Each
Okay.
subject has different number of papers. Like maybe literature has 3, math has, I think, 2,
2.
and I don't know.
Physics,
Chemistry
3.
has how many?
3,
3.
chemistry, 3.
So it depends on the subject you are taking.
Yes, but
Somebody
maybe
asking how many for physics?
Physics, there are 3.
Physics are 3.
But at least for all the major subjects, the minimum papers are 2. Okay, then some of the food and nutrition courses, please.
She'll get back to that to the table. I gave them very many.
Okay.
I gave them very many. You'll get back because we really don't have a lot of time.
Okay. I think,
Would
would you advise someone?
I have a meeting, I want to run away.
Okay, Teacher Agnes, I think it is okay. Let me attempt the few that are remaining. It is fine.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. And thank you so much for taking us through.
Thank you so much for giving me the chance.
Okay.
Wish everybody well. I want to jump out and go for a meeting. It has started.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Teacher Agnes. Someone is asking here, would you advise someone to change schools for A-level? Please, now for changing of the school, before it depends on the combination you do and the facilities you have within the school. Those ones determine a lot whether you'll be successful in any given combination that you are to take on. So please, you need to be careful in choosing the school, and at your A-level determines a lot on your future. So be very careful. I think you have had your friends telling you that in this school, once you join for this school, you'll be able to do science as well. When you join this school, you'll be able to do arts very well. When you're in this school, things may not move on well. So please, you need to be very careful, because if you are to take on sciences, there are some key resources that you must have within that school. Things like laboratory, things like teachers, things like textbooks and other resources. So if at all you go into a school where such resources are not, meaning that you are going to fail to do your combination perfectly well. So be very careful in choosing the school, but also look at the background of the school. How have the people, the students who have been in that school performing in the previous years? Then that one can also give you a hint in choosing which school you are going into. Yes, and that one is very key. It is very key. A-level is not like O-level. The choices that you're making now have a great impact onto your life. So be very careful in choosing the school you are going into. Then what do universities consider before giving you a course? So one, they are going to consider the choices of the subjects that you have been taking. 2, even the courses that you choose. So before you join any university, that you're going to have a form where you're going to select any of the 3 or 5. At times they give you a chance of 5 combination or 5 courses that you want, or 3 or 2. So those courses that you put are the ones that they base on for them to give you the particular course that you want. But also that one will depend on how many points you have scored. Someone who has scored 20 qualifies to get the first choice, because they give them in choice. They ask you for the first choice, second, and the third choice. So the university takes on looks at the first choice. In case you fulfill their requirements that you have the required number of points, then they can give you. In case you don't fulfill the requirements for the first choice, then you go in to take on the second choice or the third choice. So the number of points you score matter a lot to what course you'll do. But in case you're going into private universities, for private universities, for them, it is very okay. We have seen many of them giving you the course that you really like, that you really love. For them, that's what many of the times they do. That in case you want medicine, they'll give it to you, but also they have some requirements that you must fulfill in order for you to do that particular course. Then for food and nutrition courses, we are going to share this document in your WhatsApp group to know which courses you can do when it comes to food and science. But you have seen those people who are working in bakeries, you have seen people who are working in other things concerning manufacturing. So with that one, you can be able to do some of those courses within that field. Then another question I'm not seeing. Can I take a subject that I didn't do at O-level? Yes, that one is very possible. You can take it on as long as you have the passion for that subject and you're willing to sacrifice and put in time into that particular subject. Mainly for subjects that you have not been to. So at A-level, things are a bit different. And although at times they are related to what we have at O-level. An example is entrepreneurship at O-level and at A-level. If you didn't take entrepreneurship at O-level, it doesn't mean you cannot take it at A-level. You can still take it on and then you can be able to be successful as long as you give yourself time to look into the books and you read. So they are a bit related, but at A-level, the knowledge is quite different. And anyway, you start afresh at that stage. What are the essentials for farmers? For you to do farmers, you will need chemistry and you will need biology. Those are the essentials. Then feel free to add in on either math or you can add on physics. But when you add on physics, what now happens? You can either go physics and chemistry can match in order for you to go in for chemical engineering. Though to go for an engineering course, you may need some math. Yes, but chemical can really work. But biology, chemistry is a very okay, essential for farmers. Do you know any online lessons I can attend? We are planning to have some few online lessons before you go back to take you through, but mostly it might come in only math. It can come only in math, but when you return next term, we shall have those lessons running throughout the holiday. What do I need, sir, to get a scholarship outside after senior 6? 1, you need, let me start. 1, you pray to your God. 2, God comes first as you are looking for the scholarship. 2, some of these scholarships are displayed at the ministry headquarters, and at times we tend to share them in the different WhatsApp groups. So you keep on looking through those different groups for those scholarships. Then embassies also offer scholarship, like the American Embassy and the Ireland embassies. They offer scholarship for students to study from abroad. But what will come in next is that you must have good grades. For you to get the scholarships, you need grades. So make sure you have the grades. Then what is important? Also, you need a passport. So in case you are here and you have not obtained a passport, have a passport, because when you are applying for many of these scholarships, they will ask you for your passport number and other details. And that's where many of the students keep on losing the opportunity because they don't have a passport, meaning that you cannot complete the scholarship. But also make sure you are disciplined at school, because always they ask the schools where this child has been to write for you a recommendation letter. And once they say no, then it means that you cannot proceed to another level. But always those scholarships are available and we shall be putting them into the different groups in order for you to obtain them. How many papers for physics? Physics has 3 papers, paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. So in paper 1, it's mainly things, we call it mechanics, that O-level mechanics you have been doing. Then another, it has heat and it has modern physics. Then in paper 2, you have electricity and electrostat. That's why you have light or optics, and then you have magnetism, and then electricity, that is paper 2. Then math has 2 papers. Then someone of BCM, which combinations can you offer at university? When it comes to BCM, you have very many combinations you can offer. You can do pharmacy, you can do medicine and surgery, you can do dental surgery, you can do nursing, you can do medical radiography, you can do speech and language therapy, you can do biomedical sciences, so you can do a lot. Optometry, so you have dental laboratory technology. So you have a lot to do when you do BCM. And even you can do education. Then Marcella, I hope Marcella, we have answered about online lessons. Yes, we are hoping we can have some online lessons that you can have. Yes, now the government scholarships. Yes, now you need to be a bit careful when you are when you want to obtain the government scholarships. So in your first term or this term, the combination you choose will determine a lot on which, because now at the moment, the government is offering more scholarships towards the sciences compared towards the arts. But the number of points you score matter a lot. So for you to obtain the government scholarships, at least you need a minimum of 15 points. That one, you'll be assured that you can get one of the scholarships. If you want to get medicine, for you, the number of points you must score have to be around 18 points for you to be sure that I will get medicine. For you to get engineering, a minimum of 18. That's when you are very sure that you have that scholarship obtained. So the cutoff points at times it is 49, 48, which requires someone who has scored about 18 or 17 points around there. So meaning that you start your senior 5 very strong, such that by the time you reach senior 6, at least you have a good learning of you obtaining the maximum number of points. So at government scholarships, those ones require to have a good number of points. But also the subjects you pick or you choose matter a lot. Please make sure the subjects you are choosing are complementary. Take an example. In case you're going into engineering, you must have physics and math are the essential subjects. Then the other subject that comes in, it can either be economics, it can be entrepreneurship, it can be chemistry. For some of those courses in some of these universities are not, once you don't have that third subjects, at times it may be hard for you to go in. So we are going to share that Pujabubo, such that you can look at the essential subjects vis-a-vis the course you are looking at to do at university. But what is important, make sure that you choose the combination that you are passionate about and that you are sure you are going to be able to do. Then, yes, can someone replace second with ent? Yes, that is very okay. You can replace second with ent. Both of them are business subjects, but it depends on what you want to do in the future. In case you want to go and do quantitative economics to work in the bank and the rest of that, economics is very okay. But all of them are good subjects, and MEG is a good combination. So I qualify for this. Yes, when I qualify for the scholarship of UWC, can they allow me to complete A-level to the university? Yes. Now, some of those scholarships have what we call the maturity date. So at times, they give you some allowance. When you go through, they can at times wait for you. They can wait for you for some good time for you to finish. And at times, even they ask you to apply 2 years before you join them. So that one is very okay. For you try your chance, apply, and then see what really will happen. What combinations for PCM? PCM, that is physics, chemistry, math. I think that one, physics, chemistry, and math, you can be able to be an engineer, you can be able to be a pharmacist, you can be, you can also go into education, you can go into law. So you have very many courses you can do. Is biology and physical education a combination? Yeah, it is a combination. but now you need those subjects to complement each other. So when you have biology, ensure you bring in chemistry. Those two go in hand because some of the content in biology will relate to what you have in chemistry. Once you have decided to do math, you do some physics because those ones are a bit related. Once you decide to do, let me say history also goes well with other subjects. Let me say geography, it can go well with the literature. So make sure that those subjects complement each other. Now, what about pharmacy? Pharmacy, we have said you have to have chemistry is one of the essentials. Then you can add on math. What is easier on ent and a con? Like we have said, when it comes to the which one is easier, all those combinations all those subjects are doable, but it depends on the sacrifice, it depends on your passion and the time you give them. All of them can be doable depending on the time you invest in the reading. But what I can say that those subjects require reading, most so the economics. Economics is very wide, it has 2 papers and you need to read the qualifiers and other things. So it requires more time compared to ENT. ENT also requires time, but the good thing with ENT, it has 3 papers. So you need to look at how you're going to balance the 3 papers. Now, what if I choose the combination I'm sure I can do, then the teachers advise me not to do it? Can I at least give it a try? Yes, many of the schools allow children to try their combinations in first term. When things do not work out in first term, they can allow them to drop them off. So it depends on the school. But some schools depend on the results that you scored in O-level to give you the combination. But if you feel you are passionate about that particular combination, then you can still go on and take on that combination. That one is very okay. You can continue with the combination as long as you are passionate about it and you're willing to put in the efforts. I've seen a student, I think last year, batch 1, I had a student who was, I think this student did better in arts. He had a 1 in history. He had, I think, a 2 in geography, something like that. And then teachers advised him to go on and do history and other subjects. But the students really loved the sciences, much as he did not perform well. But there were some reasons. At times we may not pass well because of a few reasons. And then this child went on and he did science, and the things came out well. Was able to do very well in the sciences, and now he was admitted at Makerere for a medicine course. So at times, unless when these teachers know you very well, at times also you must listen to their advice and also how you feel, because at times you may find yourself that maybe biology has been hard for you, maybe chemistry has been hard for you in the past. And therefore, at HSC, you may not be in position to manage it well because now maybe things are getting harder. So with that, you need to be very careful to listen to their advice, and then you will yourself how you think whether you can be able to manage. Is it possible to be given economics when I did not time commerce at O-level? Yes, that is very possible. I personally, I did not do commerce at O-level, but I did economics at HSC. So that one is very okay. Do not mind. The content is different from the one of economics, although there are some few things that are related, but it doesn't matter whether you did it or not. As long as you have gone for the subjects, you can actually make it. Talk about paper balancing. How are they calculated? Now, paper balancing, it depends on the marks you have obtained. One of the things is that when you are balancing the papers, someone who gets a 90 and another person who gets, let me say, in one paper you have got a 90, in another paper, let me talk about math. In case in math you get a 90 in one paper, and then in another paper, let me say, paper 2 of math, you get a 30. That one you have failed completely. That one is an O. You have got 1 point. But someone who has got a 90, who has got a 50 and a 50, in one paper is having a 50, and in another paper is having 48. That person is better than you, who has got a 90 and a 30. Is better than you. For him, you can get the 2 points, and for you get 1 point. take an example, you go in for the papers which are 3, you get 90, 90, and maybe 20. That one you have failed completely. So you have got just 1 point. So someone who has got 40, 50, 40, 50, 40, that person is better than you. So you must be able to balance those 2 papers, or 3 papers, such that you can be in position to get the minimum points. So we are going to share with you that template, such that you know that in order for you to get an A in math, you must have either a distinctions. So that's where now the balancing comes, that in order for you to get to get an A in a given subject, for subjects that have 2 papers, you need to have distinctions only. Either you have 90, 80, 80, 85, those ones, or 78, 90, that one is very okay. But should you have a credit and you have a distinction, then it means that you are going to lose out, or you are going to lose out on, you are losing out on the points that you are going to obtain from that particular subject. So you find yourself getting few points. So that's where now that thing comes in. So you need to be very careful and balance up your papers very well. Okay. So that is the grading system. So it's not so easy for you to, it is easier for you to balance, given that you give both the papers equal amounts of time and efforts, because things keep on changing. They keep on changing from one, they keep on changing. So you must balance those papers such that you can be able to obtain maximum number of points. Otherwise, when you fail to balance the papers, you're going to find yourself failing to obtain the best. So in case for subjects that have now, like an A carries 5 points. So A carries 5 points. So in order for you to be able to get those given points that, so A carries 6 points. So in order for you to be able to get those points, then it means that you must have some particular things. That, let me say an example is that to get an A, you need to have distinctions 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. That is okay. For paper, or you can have, for you to get, when it comes to the 3 papers, at least you can have distinctions, or you can have 2 distinctions and 1 part that is accredited. So it matters a lot for you to balance your subjects. And you know that our grading system, when it comes to A level, the grading systems, you can find that it is at 80 or 85, depending on the grading system. But that's where it is for many of the schools, that for you to get a distinction, you need 80 or 90, something like that. Then talk about law for some, especially on government. Now, those who want to go for law at government, we have said that any combination you do can lead you to taking on law. It doesn't matter which combination you are doing, whether you're doing sciences or arts, you can be able to obtain the law course. However, for you to be, for many of the universities at the moment, take an example, Makerere and other universities that are taking on law, they have asked students to be, they first do go on and take on they take on what we call a pre-entry exam. So those exams are like what you see, the general paper which contains a lot of things and require you to research and so on. So for that one, in order for you to be admitted to some of the universities, you'll first do that exams. And when you pass that exam, then you can go on and proceed to do law. So law is a good course. All courses are good, as long as you love what you are doing. That's what matters. Every course is good as long as you are passionate about it and you love your work. How many points do they need to give you a medical course? Now, that one depends on where you are going to be studying, whether you are going to Mulago, whether you are going to Mbalala, whether you are going to KIU, it depends where you are going. But what is important is that you must have the principal pass. A principal pass means you have got a pass of from E, you have an E, you have a BA, like that. So it needs you to have a principal pass. Principal passes can be, let me take an example. someone who has scored E. So you must have at least 2 points in that particular subject, in those particular subjects that they want. Let me say, in case you are doing biology, chemistry, math, so you must have passed the 2 essential subjects. For medicine, you need biology and chemistry, and you must have passed them. So passing them means you have an E, or you have anything above E, E, B, you have a C, you have a D, you have an A. They can be able to give you. But when you are going to a public university, you may not be given when you have low points, because they look at the competition that is outside. So when you have few points, they may not be able to give you in a public institution. But for private, they can be able to give you, given that you have passed those subjects with a minimum of an E. But when you have an O, it doesn't mean you cannot be admitted. Now, for those ones, you first go in for 1 year. We call it 1 year. You first go in for 1 year, you repeat those papers you failed, and then they can again admit you to go on and do that particular course of your interest. Now, at public universities, in order for you to get those courses, at least you need to have, at least for you to be, when you are going for government, at least you need 18 points. That one, you are going to be very safe on government. If you are going in public universities, but on a private scholarship, when you are going to pay for yourself school fees, then at least you need 14 points for you to be given. In a good public university, you know, we have very many public universities, but there are some that are better than the other. So those ones, you need at least 14 points, a minimum. Yes, but with any, for private institutes, for them, they will always consider. But also the 14 points, you can get the 14 points, but when you have not passed, that one is very possible. That one is very possible. You can get those ones when you have not passed. An example is, you can find someone who has got, let me just write here. You can find someone who has got an A in biology. So an A score takes 6 points. You find this person maybe has been doing math, and he has also got 6 points. And maybe has been doing, so this is also A in math. Let me just write A in math. This is math, and this is biology. And you find this person getting in chemistry, when this person has got maybe 1 point, an O. So these are 30, and he has got one for GP and other subsidiary. So these are 15 points. Now, this person may be not, you are not going to be admitted at a public institute. Why? Because for you to do medicine, those medical courses, the essentials are biology and chemistry. Mean that if you fail one, either biology or chemistry, you cannot be able to be admitted to that course that you want. So here, you can look now for another course that has biology and math, which is a bit tough for you to get. Maybe you can go in for even math, even education, it might be hard for you to get when you are doing biology and the biology. This is biology and math. That one is not so common, biology and math, because they are not complementary to each other. So it can be a bit tough, of which chemistry and math, for them, they're easy to get, but biology and math cannot. So you need to balance the papers that biology and chemistry, in case you are doing the two, those ones must move together. Then math and chemistry, they can lead you to another course. So someone who has got 6, 6, and 1, this person, and another person who has got, let me say in biology, this person got, let me say, got a D, and he came in chemistry and got a D. These are, let me just give you, and got these ones. So his D, this person is getting 3 points. He's getting in chemistry 3 points, and maybe in math, even if he got a D also. So these are 3 points. So these are 9 points, and he has got 2 here. So these are about 11 points. This person who has got D is better than someone who went on and got A, and or much as this person went on and got 15 what? 15 points, this one of 11 can be admitted easily than someone to a medical course compared to someone who has got AAO, whereby the O is in chemistry. So this is where now balancing comes in, that you must be able to balance your papers well, such that you can be able to be admitted. And those subjects that complement each other are very crucial, those essential subjects. So you must be in position to balance them very well, such that you can be admitted to what you want. Then I'm looking through the, what if I fail math and pass the biology and chemistry? When you fail math and you pass biology and chemistry, that one can be okay. You can get the course that you want in the medical field, given that you have some good number of points. That one can be fine. What about the points needed for law on government scale? Now, for law being a competitive course, I think this year the students, last year the students that joined, they had 19, 20, 18. Those are the students that got 18, 19, 20. So when you're going in for law, and that one is not yet assured until when you pass the pre-entry exam. So for you, you have to get 18, 19, 20, and also go on and pass the pre-entry exam. So when you are aiming for law, please get 18, 19, 20 points to be very sure, because very many students apply for them. Like now last year, about those who applied for Makerere for law, many of them had about 19, 20, 19, 20, 19, 20. But much as you have 19, 20, it's not guaranteed that you are going to obtain law until when you pass the pre-entry exam. Last year, I think about 35 people who had 20 points failed to pass the pre-entry exam, and they did not get that course of law. So you need also to be able to reason. Also is given as long as you have passed it. The scholarship is given after you have passed the pre-entry exam. So how many aggregates do I have to get so as to get the combination I want at Mbale SS? Unfortunately, Teacher Against has dropped off, but I know as long as you always they will what you have. Yes, and always they look at how you have scored the aggregate, like in the subjects you want to do, as long as you have a first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, as long as you qualify to go to A level. That one is the first step. Have you qualified to go for A level? That yes. Then the next question they are going to ask you is that which combination do you want to do, or what are you taking? And then they look through the subjects you have chosen, and then they will. In case you have chosen to take on biology, or how did you score in biology? In case you got an F9, automatically they cannot allow you in any serious school to take it on, much as you may be passionate. But in case you got good points, then they can allow you to take those particular subjects. And then, so how many aggregates do I need to get a bursary for A level in Uganda? Now, for a bursary, many of the schools, the good schools in the country, when you have 8 points, you have 9 aggregates, you have 10, you can get a scholarship. They can pay for you. You have 11, 12, they can. Yes, but many of the schools do not go beyond 15. When you have 15 and below, they can easily give you the scholarships. Yes, but also we have some good schools that even if you have a first grade, they can give you. But those ones still also, you look at the resources they have, the environment, because after those two things will determine your A level, whether you are going to be able to succeed or things may not work out very well. Then I see teachers with mathematics and any subject, physical education, with which combinations do they do at USCE? Now, physical education, that one it has just been introduced recently. So, but many of those teachers did BCM. So, well, like when you reach Makerere and you are done BCM or PCB, at times they may ask you to apply in for physical education. So you find him doing biology and physical education. So some of them do that one. Then for ICT, that one, any combination you do at A level, as long as you have been doing some ICT, you can take it. Whether you have been doing MEG, or you can decide to take in math and ICT. but it's not common in public universities. So in public universities, we have about 2 that offer those combinations of ICT and math. That is, I think, this university as you are heading to Tololo. I'm forgetting the name, but it is around that side as you are heading to Tololo, around the forest. There's the university there. That is the one of them that offers that course of ICT and math. But physical education, in most cases, you do biology, chemistry, that one. That is the combination that takes on that subject. Then, thanks. Is there a recording for that to share? Yes, this recording is going to be shared with everyone. Can I have a credit 6 and get a subject I want? Yes, Montez, that is very fine. You can get, given that the school is willing, but some of the schools have a minimum number of aggregates for you must have in that particular subject. Some schools, they say if you don't have a distinction, you cannot take on sciences. If you don't have maybe a distinction 1 or 2, they cannot allow you to take sciences. So it depends on what the schools have decided on. But I know very well there are schools that can allow you to take on whatever thing you have. But for some serious schools, as long as you don't have a distinction, they cannot allow you to take on that particular subject. Then how is the recording going to be shared on WhatsApp group? Yes, that one, we have some classes already of senior 5, and those who are on those classes, we have already shared the link. We have shared some materials, and we thought and we think those who have been there, you have been able to go through those materials. So, but let me share that link here such that you can join that WhatsApp group. That's why we can share the group link, but also we shall go on. We shall go on and share it on the different media platforms, but also you can just check on the YouTube. It will be there. Okay. Let me hope all the questions have been answered. The release of UC exams, yes, anytime, just be patient. But what is important at this moment, you pray to God. Yes, you pray to God, but I know within 2 weeks, they will be out. Within 2 weeks, everything is set. Everything is set, and you performed very well. The performance is really promising and it's very good. So let us continue to pray to God that everything comes out very well. So now what are you going to do? Now that you have known some of the basics that you need, can we go on? Can you go on and now start thinking of the combination you want to do? Many of the students waste time during first term because they are not yet sure of what they want to do. So this time you still have, as we wait for the results to come back, we need to have what's called mind preparation. Prepare your mind that this is what I really want to do, and this is what I really want to take. So start preparing your mind very well. Think of that combination that you want to, that thing that you are really passionate about. That is something that now you need to start thinking that I want to do biology. What do I need? Will I be able? And now for any serious student who thinks that now he has gotten a subject he wants to do, this is the time now you need to start collecting the resources that you need, because A-level, the time you have is very limited. You have little time, very short time, meaning that once you waste it, you're going to waste a lot of your future. And therefore, you need to utilize it very well. So you have limited time at A-level, and meaning you must utilize it very, very well. But what I want to assure you, A-level is very important. And for whatever thing you do, make sure you do it with a lot of love, with a lot of passion, and everything is going to be very well. So everything will come to pass, but please make sure you balance the papers. I'm going to share the materials on that WhatsApp group I've shared in the chat, such that you can start getting exposed to the different materials, such that because whenever you look through something, it will help you to read. But also we shall introduce, we are just waiting for the results to come. Maybe we have more interactions, maybe in math, maybe in physics, such that you can be able to pass the exam. But things will be very well. Just trust God that your exams were well, the marking was very good, and we pray that everything comes out very well, such that we can celebrate together. So that is it, unless someone has a burning question. But in case you don't have a burning question, we can just have one person to pray for us I don't know. I saw Teacher Kaye. Is there any teacher around? You can give us some encouragement. Teacher Kaye? Okay. 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 So we can have just one person to pray for us and to wish us a good evening. Anyone who wants to pray for us? Anyone? Oh, now those who are not using WhatsApp, you can just check on the YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel of Holistic Learning Platform, you'll be able to get that video there this evening. Okay, yes, Akram.
Okay, like I'm praying in Arabic, sir.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والأصفر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر آمين.
Okay, amen. Thank you so much, Akram. But as we go back, please make sure that once you step in senior 5, your target should be 20 points. If things don't work out, say 19. If they don't work out, not less than 18. For all the scholarships that you are going to be looking out for, as long as you have 18 and above. But even when you go into the job market, yes, in the job market, the first, for you to get onto the job, they look at your results. So I don't want you now to concentrate a lot on what you obtain at O level. As long as when you join A level, now concentrate at A level, they look at those results because those results are the ones that are going to enable you enter university and other courses that will come after. So A level is very, very important. Doesn't matter what you get at O level, what you get at O level is important, but what you get at A level is more important because it is transitioning you from one level to another level, meaning that you must put in all the maximum efforts that you can. But for any scholarships, as long as you have 18, 19, and 20, those are going to be open for you. And even you'll find yourself even looking for, I don't know, they will just be looking for you anywhere, as long as you have those points. Yes. Okay, hope these people have got the best aim for. Yes, so please, we are going to aim for those scholarships. Thank you so much, Teacher Kaye. Yes, even we shall share other international scholarships like the AIMS, many for people who are going to go into math, science subjects, such that you can be able to study even in German and other different countries. So we shall share a lot. So please just keep on the group. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time. Let me wish you a good evening. Those people who are failing to get the link, you can WhatsApp me. Send me a WhatsApp message on my number, then I can be able to send you that link. That is the number. Okay, let me wish you a good evening and bye, everyone. So have a nice evening. Bye. See you.